Today we'll be talking about writing one specific character le in a couple of different styles. So as a brief recap, let's go over the styles of Chinese calligraphy. Starting from a more historical style, this is the Xiaozhuan or small seal script. As you can see here, both of these are the character le, but they're not very recognizable. There are many more circular aspects in these characters, and the characters are generally more tall. Next we have the Lishu or the clerical script. The characters begin to look a bit more recognizable, but here we have much more of a square form of the characters. As you can see, some of the specific strokes are still different than what we would normally say is the classical Chinese. Now we have some of the three famous Kite calligraphy styles, also known as just the classical regular script. And on the left here we have the Yanzhenqing style, known for its thick strokes and just bold presence. In the middle we have the Ouyangxun style, which is one of the most classical, well-studied styles of Chinese calligraphy. And on the right we have the Liugong Chen style. Now, some other very famous styles of Chinese calligraphy were basically invented or really developed by the famous Chinese calligrapher Wang Xizhi. As you can see here, there are two styles of his, the Xing and the Cao, also known as the running and cursive styles. And the characters, while a bit unrecognizable, have much more of a sort of flow or character to them that really allows them to be more expressive than we would normally think the standard Kaishu characters are. So like we said, today we're going to be talking about the character le, which you can see here. It's a top-bottom character and means happy, cheerful, to laugh, and it can also be a Chinese name. This is the traditional form, and this is the simplified form of le.
First, we need to ink the brush and make sure it has a good tip. This brush is made of weasel hair, which makes it more stiff and precisely controlled. So first we have a dian, and then a shu. Notice there is a pause at the beginning and end of each stroke. Next we have a heng zhe, again a pause at the fold, followed by a heng and another heng. And then we have a pie with a fold in the middle. And again, there's a pause whenever the brush changes direction. So the stroke order here is, first we do the center part, and then we do the two side parts. That's the top portion. And then we're going from top to bottom. So we did the top part first, and then we did a heng, and the final shu, go. Notice we're pausing a long time for the hook, followed finally by two dots, which are a little bit different each.
So this is le written in Wang Qizhi's Xingshu. So here, as before, we write the same strokes, but some of them are slightly connected to make it more of a running aesthetic, as is characteristic of the style. So here you can see the two hungs in the bai are connected, and then similarly in the left and right part we write them as a single stroke as opposed to the multiple strokes written in kaishu. So here you can see how they're all connected, and we pause differently. Then we also have a greater variation between the two parts. If you remember, in the previous le, the left and the right side were largely similar, but here there's drastic variation, and we show here you can see they're connected in different ways, and then we draw the mu part, and you can see how there's lots of similarity with the kaishu, but slight variations. And here is the finished la.
La. As in Xiong la. What a great character. From the bai to the mu, and the things which are unknown on the side. Perhaps you can even be repeated to get a rather uninspired Chinese name.